What's going on, y'all? It's the Kid J Nolan here. Hey, man, we got some PGP after dark going on tonight, man. So y'all know Glorilla has a couple of the hottest songs in the game right now. FNF is still scorching hot. Tomorrow 2 featuring Cardi B is going through the roof. However, her primary producer, HitKidd, is going through some issues with the song FNF. So all was good in the land of milk and honey until he released these tweets. Basically, these folks are trying to take me to court over FNF because they want to own the song. But they want to own the song to put it on this EP, which both parties knew. So tell me how you gonna put FNF in your contract without telling me after I told you and your manager every day that we was in LA with Saweetie that labels are gonna try to sign you because of FNF, so watch out. I also told you to let me know when labels reach out so we could be on the same page. Did my best to protect you and the girls. This is only a portion of what I've been through. I'm bringing light to this before word get out like I'm the bad guy. Just when I thought we weren't gonna get any type of official statement or response from Glorilla till tomorrow or later in the week, she saw it and clapped back on Facebook, no less. She didn't get on Instagram. She didn't get on Twitter to broadcast this out to everybody and all of her fans. She did this exclusively for her Facebook crowd. She says, "Don't clear up no rumors unless they say my Gucci ain't fat. Believe whatever clown you want. Nick's been salty ever since I ain't signed to their label to be a group for $0." So she's basically saying that HitKidd is just mad, he's spreading rumors, and he's disgruntled because he was not able to sign her to his label, implying that he wanted to be a group, HitKidd and Glorilla, which is what it seemed to be on all of the songs that were being released. It was HitKidd featuring Glorilla, or HitKidd and Glorilla featuring XYZ artists. That seemed to be the formula that was working for the first 5 records until FNF blew up. Now she said they mad because she didn't do the deal. HitKidd wasn't bringing no money. He probably was just going to cut it in on some 50-50 stuff and say, let's just get this thing going. It's going to go viral. It's going to go. Glorilla like, I need a check, man. I'm doing music. I'm working at whatever place she was working at. You know what I mean? She's coming out of Memphis, which is, you know, not the most glamorous city in the United States. She was trying to get the bag. Yo Gotti came through with the bag. So now the relationship between her and HitKidd has been fractured. As you can see, she came aiming for the juggler. He was just trying to say his side of the story. Classic tale, man. It happens a lot to new artists and new producers coming into the game together. All right, y'all. So let's just get into the meat of what he's saying here. Up until FNF came out, Glorilla was an unsigned independent artist. She was working with this producer by the name of HitKidd, and the music that she was releasing and putting out, music videos, etc., were being released by the producer HitKidd. Most of her videos are on his YouTube page. So he's kind of ushering her into the game, kind of giving her a platform in order to get her raps out. And now that the song has blown up, you know, Yo Gotti swooped in and signed Glorilla to CMG. Cool, but the song was made prior to Yo Gotti's involvement, right? So now Yo Gotti wants to put out a project on Glorilla because you gotta capitalize on the heat. You gotta capitalize on the moment. Like, yo, let's get this record out. We gotta get an album or an EP out so people can start streaming all of these records. Get your streams up, get your money up. We got you booking shows, but let's turn up the shows. You know what I mean? Let's take you to the next level. So by 2023, we could have you on the circuit already doing these award shows. We could get you on the circuit doing these festivals. I mean, they've already started, but that means next year they could drive the price up. They could already have her booked for the year, you know what I'm saying, and have a plan in place to get Glorilla to that next level. Cool. So with this EP that they're trying to put together, of course they want her hit song, the one that broke her out, FNF, to be on the project. I mean, why would it not? However, HitKidd was already in her ear saying, look, you got a hot record. They're going to try to sign you. They're going to try to swoop you up, and that's all good. But when it happens, keep me in the loop because they're going to want this song. And as long as we're in communication when they want this song, everything is good. But if you fall out of contact with me or whatever, I don't know what to tell you, because then you're going to be doing underhanded business behind my back, and then you're going to try to loop me in afterwards, and it ain't going to be the same energy. Looks like he predicted this exact thing was going to happen. But they're trying to take him to court now because they want full ownership of the song. For all of my people that are uninitiated and don't know how music works, right? There's 2 copyrights on every song. You have the sound recording, which is the master. Everybody talks about masters. That's the sound recording. And then you have the composition, which is the music, the notes, the writing, the lyrics, all of the inaudible things that actually make up a song, right? You can sell a song without selling an audio version of it, right? If I write a song, I tell you how to sing it, and you go make it, you may own the master, but I still own the writing behind it because I created it, right? So songwriters and producers have ownership and stake in that composition. I know this might be a little bit far-fetched for some of y'all, but please bear with me so that you can walk away with more understanding. So boom, they're trying to own the song, which sounds to me like they want to cut HitKidd out of the picture, or they want to move forward with the song without him signing off on the clearance for that song. That's one of 2 things that's probably happening right now. More than likely, he didn't sign anything because they want to take him to court, which means they're trying to force his hand in order to give it up. And from what I'm reading here, it seems like the CMG deal for Glorilla put FNF in the contract, meaning that they were going to take ownership of the song and release it. However, HitKidd was not clued in. He was not in the meeting. He was not getting the correct communication or deliverables in order to make that a thing. So now that he's been cut out of that situation, they're trying to double back to get the record. He's like, nah, I knew this was going to happen. And because he has that relationship with Glorilla, he predicted this was going to happen. She went and did it anyway. So now that relationship is fractured. So it's like, I'm not giving it up because I told you how this was going to go. You didn't want to listen to me, but now you want to get this song and my ownership away from me. Nah, fam, it's not going like that. And as you can see in the last tweet that I read, he's saying, I just wanted to tell you guys before the word gets out like I'm the bad guy, right? Because this is what always happens. When the artist and the label don't get their way and a producer is holding up the process, what are they going to do? They're going to take to the fans. They're going to go to their Instagram story. They're going to go on Twitter and they're going to vilify that person that's not following the protocol and say, oh, things are being held up because this person. Shift the blame. All of the things that were leading up to it, be damned. It's his fault. It's HitKidd. He didn't want to sign the record off. So when y'all are wondering why it's not on the EP, call HitKidd. Send him messages. Stop asking me. He goes on to say, and Jen from 300 Entertainment lame too for telling her boss I was signed to them and I wasn't. So I'm guessing that this Jen from 300. Now, I did do a little search to find Jen from 300. We have Jen Isembre, right? And she's the vice president of publishing over there at 300 Entertainment. So if she told them that this guy is signed to the label and he's not, this is a very big problem. You know what I'm saying? Because she's in a very powerful position over at this company, especially in the music publishing division, which handles all of the logistics of the compositions that I'm telling you guys about for a company with all of these big acts signed. And she's blatantly lying, saying that the producer signed to the company and he's not, basically to give Yo Gotti and CMG the right of way to go ahead and move forward with the track. You know what I'm saying? Because she's basically verifying he's signed to us, take care of it, boom, boom, boom. He'll be clued in. HitKidd was not. And he says, everybody's mad because I wouldn't sign to them. So now people on Twitter are speculating that Glorilla may have even signed her deal with Yo Gotti at CMG without having her own legal counsel. They're speculating that she may have used the lawyers and attorneys that Yo Gotti and his team brought to her in order to get her to sign the paperwork, you know what I mean, to expedite the process and go ahead and get everything moving. Because as we saw, one day she was unsigned, the next day she had a CMG chain, the next day she was on the road. You know what I mean? There was not a lot of time for a formal back and forth negotiation process. HitKidd says, I told her and her manager not to use the lawyers from the label. They still did. His final statement regarding this situation says, this ain't to make anyone look bad either. So he's basically saying he's not trying to be the villain. He's not trying to be the bad guy. And he's also not trying to make anyone out to be the bad guy. He's just expressing his side of the story before the story gets out there. Unfortunately, HitKidd only has 11.4 thousand followers on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? So that's a small audience sample size compared to the people that are following Glorilla, the people that are following Yo Gotti, the people that are following CMG the label. So once this thing actually gets out there, because he already put it out there, so now people are gonna have to field questions about this dilemma. And once Glorilla and her team and everybody that's behind her starts answering the questions, his preface for all of this is gonna become null and void unless he starts fighting, which is probably what this is gonna end up happening, unless they can patch this up behind the scenes and get everything handled, everything tied up, loose ends, you know what I mean, quietly, amicably. This could get ugly. And again, this is exactly why I created the Pen Game portfolio for all you upcoming artists, producers, and music creators to begin with, right? Now, I know Glorilla didn't read my book, but somebody perhaps should pass it to her. She can learn about the music business herself, because to be honest, HitKidd gave her the right information. Unfortunately, Glorilla, being an upcoming hungry artist, she's not doing the research to learn about how the industry works, how the business works, what masters are, what publishing is, how you divide that up, how people got to sign off on waivers in order to do anything with the song, and everybody has to be in agreement, otherwise they have legal base to seek retribution if you run off on the plug with the song. These are the things that you gotta know. Yo Gotti knows these things, but Yo Gotti also knows from an industry perspective as a label. He's seen how people have done with his music, and labels have probably gone around clearances and made calls and were able to do things on behalf of him that he may not have signed off on. So it's like, all right, shoot, HitKidd don't want to play ball. I know how to get around this. Let me make some calls. I'm not saying this to portray Yo Gotti in a bad light. It may not have even been Gotti himself, you know what I mean? But whoever's in place at his company to make these types of decisions, they go like, all right, HitKidd ain't playing ball. We're gonna make some calls. We're gonna find out who represents him, and then we're gonna get this thing rocking, because they're working in the interest of Glorilla and the song. So for all of y'all out there, make sure that y'all visit realjnolan.com. Check out the Pen Game Portfolio Volume 2. I always put emphasis on Volume 2 because Volume 2 has everything that was in the original Pen Game Portfolio book, but it has so much more that you're gonna need to navigate being an independent artist. You're gonna learn about ins and outs of your publishing. You're gonna learn all the ins and outs of sync licensing. You're gonna learn all the ins and outs of what to expect from a music manager. You're gonna learn all about what a publishing deal looks like. You're going to learn about your publishing administrators. You're going to learn about all of your performance rights organizations and how they collect money on your behalf and who you need to sign up with. You're going to learn the history about music distribution and how they even came to be. And I'm giving you detailed breakdowns of each distribution company that people are using these days. I'm going to give you the pros and the cons, things for you to look out for, because no distribution network is perfect, right? All of those things are in the book, and it's only $15. You can get a hard copy sent to your house for $25. So I got this there for you. You know what I mean? realjnolan.com. This isn't to be self-promotional either. My intention is ultimately to help. So it's there for you if you need it, right? I've said everything I needed to say on the subject, man. Be sure to like and share this video. Please go ahead and comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. And if you're new here seeing me for the first time, hit that subscribe button. Hit the post notification bell for all updates. And I will see you guys on the next one, all right? Much love and respect, y'all. Peace.